45 of those deaths occurred in the county we're in right now. Can anybody guess what that is?
Heroin.
Yes. Oh, that time not better than that. All right, yes. So heroin, and I'm gonna teach you guys today the 3 basic methods on treating heroin dependence. Like I said, it's an epidemic. It's been an epidemic in our state. They announced that at the beginning of the year. You'll see signs on the side of the road by the police stations, like this one here, stating how many deaths have been caused this year by heroin alone. All right, so the first way to treat heroin dependence would be the pharmacological, I can't say, medicine treatment. And the first one is methadone maintenance. So with methadone maintenance, generally you would go to a methadone clinic and get dosed every morning. It's in liquid form, as shown as the picture down in the bottom. And then the next option would be buprenorphine, which is also known as Suboxone. Generally, that is administered in the strip form, which is sublingual. It dissolves underneath the tongue. It was in pill form, but people were abusing it, either snorting it or injecting it, and the government was trying to get people away from the negative ways to use drugs. And the newest one is naltrexone. The most famous brand is Vivitrol. This medicine is administered by injection in the back area, and it lasts for a month. And basically what it does is it blocks the receptors to the brain that make you feel high. So if you were to use heroin, you wouldn't feel high from it. So the thought is, why waste your money on something that you're not going to benefit from? The other 2 are craving blocker medicines. So they give you a much less high, but it's the theory is you're not going out and doing the things that you would do for drugs normally, and also there's not the risk of overdose. Okay. The second option would be inpatient treatment. We do a lot of different things in inpatient treatment. One of the first things we do would be detox. This is a medically monitored detox. Generally, most facilities have nurses, so blood pressure's taken, things like that, to make sure you're in a safe environment from detoxing off the drug. Generally, a taper is done there, which is they use Suboxone or Subutex to do that, to kind of taper you down and decrease withdrawal. They go over lots of topics in inpatient rehab. Number 1 is coping skills to deal with stress management. Some of the ways to deal with stress would be music therapy. Also, meditation is a helpful tool. Anger management is another coping skill that's learned in inpatient rehab. Assertive communication skills to deal with anger. Relapse prevention skills is another thing that they go over. Identifying triggers and being aware of old patterns. Mental health care, because a lot of people suffer from co-occurring disorders, which is the substance abuse coupled with the mental health side of things like depression, anxiety, things like that. So people were self-medicating, using substances. So you would get a mental health evaluation and also stabilization while in inpatient. Group therapy, so that introduces opening up in front of others, like support networks. And sober placement, so a lot of people come in, they're homeless and they need resources and places to live, and they do that for you while you're an inpatient. Individual therapy as well, kind of going over immediate issues that are going on in that person's life. And then the last option would be 12-step groups, such as Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, or Chemically Dependent Anonymous. You can find these on the internet. They're at most churches around the area. And basically it's a support group of people that have went through the same experience to help kind of guide you in your path to recovery, but also be supportive in that. In conclusion, to go over a few ways that you guys can help would be, if you have a family member suffering from this addiction, go to support groups to learn how to help them in the process. Also doing Narcan training, to bring somebody back from an overdose, and also be knowledgeable of the warning signs of someone that is addicted to heroin.